all to hear. You lost, friend?
Forgive me for staring. I don't see many Lannisters where I'm from.
I don't see many Dornishmen in the capital.
You don't like the smell?
Come with me, lover.
Gods, look at this one.
Sirs, if you follow me, I'll arrange for a private room.
Why are you wasting a woman like this on a Dornishman? Bring him a shaved goat and a bottle of olive oil.
Do you know why all the world hates a Lannister? You think your gold and your lions and your gold lions make you better than everyone. May I tell you a secret? You're not a golden lion. You're just a pink little man who's far too slow on the draw. Longsword is a bad option in close quarters. When I pull my blade, your friend starts bleeding quite a lot, I'm afraid. So many veins in the wrist. He'll live if you get him help straight away. So, decisions.
Prince Oberyn, forgive the intrusion. We heard there might be trouble.
Apologies, my love.
I'm here to welcome you to the capital.
Hilaria Sand, my paramour. The king's own Uncle Imp, Tyrion, son of Tywin, Lannister.
If there's anything I can do to make your stay in King's
And what are you, his hired killer?
It started that way, aye. Now I'm a knight.
How did that come to pass?
Killed the right people, I suppose.
We'll need a few more girls. Girls, yes? You don't partake?
Oh, I partook. Now I'm married. Prince Oberyn, if I may, a word in private?
Seems I visited the Lannister brothel by mistake.
Oh, they take all kinds.
Even Dornishmen.
The king is very grateful that you traveled all this way for his wedding.
Now let us speak truth here. Joffrey is insulted. I am only the second son, after all.
Well, speaking as a fellow second son, I've grown rather used to being the family insult. Why did you come to King's Landing, Prince Oberyn?
I was invited to the royal wedding.
I thought we were speaking truth.
The last time I was in the capital was many years ago. Another wedding. My sister Elia and Rhaegar Targaryen, the last dragon. My sister loved him. She bore his children, swaddled them, rocked them, fed them at her own breast. Elia wouldn't let the wet nurse touch them. And beautiful, noble Rhaegar Targaryen left her for another woman. That started a war, and the war ended right here, when your father's army took the city.
Wasn't actually.
They butchered those children. My nephew and niece carved them up and wrapped them in Lannister cloaks. And my sister, you know what they did to her? I'm asking you a question.
I've heard rumors.
So have I. But what I keep hearing is that Gregor Clegane the Mountain raped Elia and split her in half with his great sword.
I wasn't there. I don't know what...
But if the Mountain killed my sister, your father gave the order. Tell your father I'm here. And tell him the Lannisters are the only ones who pay their debts. Your Grace, Lord Tywin.
Prince Oberyn.
I don't believe you have met Ilaria. This is the Lord Hand, Tywin Lannister, and Cersei Lannister, the Queen Regent. I suppose it is former Queen Regent now. Lord Hand, Lady Cersei, Ilaria Sand.
My lord, my lady.
Charmed.
Can't say I've ever met a Sand before.
We are everywhere in Dorne. I have 10,000 brothers and sisters.
Bastards are born of passion, aren't they? We don't despise them in Dorne.
No? How tolerant of you.
I expect it is a relief, Lady Cersei. Giving up your regal responsibilities. Wearing the crown for so many years must have left your neck a bit crooked.
Suppose you'll never know, Prince Oberyn. It's a shame your older brother couldn't attend the wedding.
Please give him our regards. With any luck, the gout will abate with time and he'll be able to walk again.
They call it the rich man's disease. A wonder you don't have it.
Noblemen in my part of the country don't enjoy the same lifestyle as our counterparts in Dorne.
People everywhere have their differences. In some places, the highborn frown upon those of low birth. In other places, the rape and murder of women and children is considered distasteful. What a fortunate thing for you, former Queen Regent, that your daughter Marcella has been sent to live in the latter sort of place. Would you like to sit?
No, thank you.
Some wine?
No, thank you.
I'm sorry about your grandson.
Are you?
I don't believe that a child is responsible for the sins of his father. Or his grandfather. An awful way to die.
Which way is that?
Are you interrogating me, Lord Tywin?
Some believe the king choked.
Some believe the sky is blue because we live inside the eye of a blue-eyed giant. The king was poisoned.
I hear you studied poisons at the Citadel.
I did. This is why I know.
Your hatred for my family is rather well known. You arrive at the capital an expert in poisoning. Some days later, my grandson dies of poisoning.
Rather suspicious. Why haven't you thrown me in a dungeon?
You spoke with Tyrion in this very brothel on the day that you arrived. What did you discuss?
You think we conspired together?
What did you discuss?
The death of my sister.
For which you blame me.
She was raped and murdered by the Mountain. The Mountain follows your orders. Of course I blame you.
Here I stand, unarmed, unguarded. Should I be concerned?
You are unarmed and unguarded because you know me better than that. I am a man of reason. If I cut your throat today, I will be drawn and quartered tomorrow.
Men at war commit all kinds of crimes without their superiors' knowledge.
So you deny involvement in Elia's murder?
Categorically.
I would like to speak with the Mountain.
I'm sure he would enjoy speaking with you.
He might not enjoy it as much as he thinks he would.
I could arrange for this meeting.
But you want something in return.
There will be a trial for my son, and as custom dictates, 3 judges will render a verdict. I will preside. Mace Tyrell will serve as the 2nd judge. I would like you to be the 3rd.
Why?
Not long ago, the Tyrells sided with Renly Baratheon, declared themselves enemies of the throne. Now they are our strongest allies.
You made the Tyrell girl a queen. Asking me to judge at your son's trial isn't quite as tempting.
I would also invite you to sit on the small council, to serve as one of the new king's principal advisors.
I never realized you had such respect for Dorne, Lord Tywin.
We are not the 7 kingdoms until Dorne returns to the fold. The king is dead. The Greyjoys are in open rebellion. A wildling army marches on the wall, and in the east, a Targaryen girl has 3 dragons. Before long, she will turn her eyes to Westeros. Only the Dornish managed to resist Aegon Targaryen and his dragons.
You're saying you need us. That must be hard for you to admit.
We need each other. You help me serve justice to the king's assassins, and I will help you serve justice to Elias.
These meetings aren't always going to be this early, are they? I was up late last night. So, does this mean I am a master of something now? Coins, ships...
Lord Tywin and I already determined that I shall be the master of ships, long before you. Lord Tywin, it's a great honor to have been granted a seat on this council.
The trial begins this afternoon. We only have the morning for affairs of state, so shall we begin?
Sandor Clegane has been spotted in the Riverlands, my lord.
A coward and a traitor.
My birds tell me the hound slaughtered 5 of our soldiers. I believe the phrase, "fuck the king," was uttered.
Disgraceful. What would it take to make the common soldier stupid enough to try his luck with the hound?
10 silver stacks seems a generous bounty.
Make it 100. What else?
More whispers from the east, my lord.
The Targaryen girl.
Daenerys has taken up residence in Meereen. She has conquered the city and rules as its queen.
Conquered with what?
She commands an army of Unsullied, my queen, some 8,000 strong. She has a company of sellswords, the Second Sons. She has 2 knights advising her, Jorah Mormont and Barristan Selmy. And she has 3 dragons.
Baby dragons.
Larger every year, your grace.
Mormont is spying on her for us.
No longer. He appears to be fully devoted to her. As for Sir Barristan, it would seem he took his dismissal from the King's Guard a bit harder than anticipated.
He's an old man. He wasn't fit to protect my son.
Joffrey didn't die on his watch. Dismissing him was as insulting as it was stupid.
Don't tell me you're worried about a child halfway across the world.
A child with 2 seasoned warriors counseling her, and a powerful army at her back, your grace.
Lord Varys is right. I have been to Essos and seen the Unsullied firsthand. They are very impressive on the battlefield. Less so in the bedroom.
Dragons haven't won a war in 300 years. Armies win them all the time. She must be dealt with.
How, my lord? By force?
Eventually, if it comes to that. Can your little birds find their way into Meereen?
Most certainly, my Lord Hand.
Lord Tyrell, be a good man. Fetch my quill and paper.
Imagined you'd be back at the brothel at this hour.
I did spend some time with an absolutely stunning blonde the other day.
Do tell. I've got every kind of filth down here except the kind I like.
Your sister.
Oh.
Cersei approached me. We spoke a great deal about her daughter. How worried your sister is about her. She was trying very hard to pretend she had not come to sway me against you. I think she may have even believed it herself.
Making honest feelings do dishonest work is one of her many gifts.
It was difficult for her to hide her true intentions. It is rare to meet a Lannister who shares my enthusiasm for dead Lannisters. She desperately wants to see you killed.
She didn't need to bother you. It looks as though I've taken care of that myself. The joy she will feel when my head leaves my neck. She's wanted this for a long time.
Yes, I know. We met, you and I, many years ago.
I think I would have remembered that.
Unlikely. You had just been born. Our father brought me and my sister Elia with him on a visit to Casterly Rock. My first time away from Dorne. I didn't like anything about the rock. Not the food, not the weather, not your accents, nothing. But the biggest disappointment, you.
You and my family have more in common than you might admit.
The whole way from Dorne, All anyone talked about was the monster that had been born to Tywin Lannister. A head twice the size of his body, a tail between his legs, claws, one red eye. The privates of both a girl and a boy.
That would have made things so much easier.
When we met your sister, she promised she would show you to us. Every day we would ask, every day she would say, soon. Then she and your brother took us to your nursery and she unveiled the freak. Your head was a bit large, your arms and legs were a bit small, but no claw. No red eye, no tail between your legs, just a tiny pink cock. We didn't try to hide our disappointment. That's not a monster, I told Cersei. That's just a baby. And she said he killed my mother. And she pinched your little cock so hard I thought she might pull it off until your brother made her stop. It doesn't matter, she told us. Everyone says he will die soon. I hope they are right. He should not have lived this long.
Well, sooner or later, Cersei always gets what she wants.
And what about what I want? Justice. For my sister and her children.
If you want justice, you've come to the wrong place.
I disagree. I've come to the perfect place. I want to bring those who have wronged me to justice, and all those who have wronged me are right here. I will begin with Sir Gregor Clegane, who killed my sister's children, and then raped her with their blood still on his hands, before killing her too. I will be your champion.